We're with JJ, the CPA, talking about the ERTC. So let me get this right. So if you have a small business and you were down Q1 2021 relative to Q1 20, is there any benefit there or not really? It's just Q19.
Just Q19, but it should work in everybody's benefit because obviously 2019 was before the pandemic. So a 21 versus 2019 is what comes into play there. And then the other aspect is, I hate to talk about unemployment because that means that somebody's on it, but they did extend the benefits. $300 a week, of course, should be more, but that's extended through September 6th. The big thing for people to take away from that is that you still need to make sure that you qualify and apply. You may have to tell the unemployment agency. And then I am expecting breaking news anytime. It's not breaking news yet, but I'm hoping by the next time you air next weekend, I know you air also on Sunday, that you will be able to report that the Senate passed and that the PPP has been extended. We're waiting right now. There's a lot of confusion out there because the House did vote to extend it to May 31st, but the Senate needs to, in essence, confirm that. And if it gets extended, here's the biggest news of the century probably for those that are getting PPP or qualifying is the Schedule C filer can get it now based on their gross income. Line 7 is Schedule C. Before it was based on the net. This is a huge difference. And if they extend it, two things should happen. One, those that applied previously should be able to go back and reapply to get it on the gross income versus the net. The second thing is those that got PPP for sure in January will then be eligible to get PPP Draw 2 because there's a 8-week period of wait time in between Draw 1 and Draw 2 from the second round. So people would be able to, in essence, go back to the well, assuming that they need it. So a bunch of big news, especially related to PPP, I think, on the horizon.
Wow, this is fantastic. And we're going to go to the phone lines. We have a question for JJ. Folks, if you have a question for JJ, the financial quarterback, or JJ, the CPA, call us right now, 800-321-0710. Next up, we have Jason. Go ahead.
Sure. Hello. So now I have monies funds in my 401k plan. I would like to be able to put down a good portion, probably about 50% of those funds to pay down a large portion for down payment on a home. Looking to see if there's a suggested value in that. Is that something I really would like to reduce my monthly cost and have more money freeing, or should I also push even more to that percentage higher taking out of my 401k plan to pay down more of the house to reduce my monthly cost?
Sure. I really don't see, I don't ever like to take money out of a 401k to pay for a house. You're usually taking it, what state do you live in?
New Jersey.
Do you know what your federal tax bracket is?
Offhand, no.
Okay, so let's say it's 24%. And I want you to look up brackets and see where you are. But let's say it's 24% plus about, 6 to 7% for the state tax. You're pulling out money out of your 401k. Let's say you pull out 200 grand, you're paying 60 grand in taxes just to not have a mortgage payment. I'd rather pay the bank 3 to 4% than the government 30. So that's my answer.
You're going to get taxed at the end of the 401k plan as when you go to pull it out at the end as well. So the difference there being when you retire, getting hit with the tax or taking it now.
Yeah, but then you lose tax deferred compounding. How old are you?
I am 50 years old.
Yeah, so you would lose over 22 years of tax-free compounding just to feel good that you've paid off your mortgage. I understand the impetus of paying off a mortgage. I just think in a world where now we have inflation, it'd be far better to take that money that's prepaying your house. Maybe you refinance the debt to a 30. I'm against ARMs or interest-only mortgages, but I would definitely take that money and save it. I'd rather give the bank 3% than the government 30. So that's my take. What's your take, JJ? Looks like JJ's talking to his YouTube audience. So we're going to take a short break, and when we return, we'll be back with JJ the CPA and Josh Jalinski, the Financial Quarterback. Give us a call now, 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-JOSH. And folks, if you call us now, I will throw in my 27-point ultimate financial game plan. In the 27-point checklist, we'll figure out, are you protected from liabilities? Are you protected from excessive taxation in your 401k and your IRA? Have you considered Roths, 529s? And as a rare special, we'll throw in JJ the CPA's book, When You Call Us Now, 888-988-JOSH, and request your free, no obligation review, 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-JOSH. We'll be back after these messages. And we're with one of our favorite all-time guests, JJ the CPA, my brother from another mother. We even have the same initials. So we got the ERTC, the PPP, any other acronyms that we need to know about. And I'm going to be selfish. I've met with a lot of people. We're going to be selfish for my good buddy Ernesto, who's helping me produce the show. Ernesto, have you gotten the PPP yet? Not yet.
I haven't gotten it, but you know what I'm going to do? I promise. On Monday, I'm going to my bank, First Constitution, and I'm going to be applying for PPP.
Okay. Let's break it down, JJ. We have a listener who just happens to be a freelancer and producer of the video of the new YouTube show. He's also an Instagram celebrity. He has like 40, 50,000 Instagram followers for his beautiful photography. So if you ever need a master photographer, Ernesto photographs models and beautiful people, you know, the beautiful people, food, and then me. Somehow.
Your photos came out great. I photographed your family.
Yeah, you did make me look better than I actually look in real life. So, Ernesto, So JJ, if you need a beautifier, Ernesto's your guy. So as it relates to Ernesto, I really want to break it down because I've talked to many people. They still have not applied for PPP. They talk to their bank or they talk to their accountant. And by the way, I am livid at accountants. Some accountants listen to this program. They follow you. They are amazing. Some who don't listen to this program are just, they're telling people sometimes the wrong information, like, oh, you can't do that, it's too late. So you didn't get round one or round two, Ernesto, correct?
Correct.
So what would you do? And you had a worse 2020 than 2019?
For sure.
So let's break it down. Let's give Ernesto some gold right here, JJ. What should he do?
Well, you bet.
Because he's new to me. I mean, he's been a friend for a long time, but January is sort of when he started doing the YouTubes. So I was like, dude, you got to get PPP. Are you down with PPP? Go ahead,
yeah,
JJ.
That's right. You know me. Who's down with PPP? I got to say, though, Josh, I'm loving being on your YouTube show. I did go live. I apologize when you were talking to the prior caller. Went live on my channel, told everybody to come here, even if they didn't catch you live, to subscribe. So for everybody that's listening, get over to Josh Jalinski's YouTube channel and subscribe.
Did you like that one, Blair, real quick, before we get back to Ernesto? I noticed that you actually commented on one of my videos that you liked the raw quality of me in the guest room of the vacation house. Did you see my little son, like he was yanking wires and pulling things?
It's the best.
So you like the raw quality of Billy. It's always the youngest. The older kids, they respect it. He was pulling wire. He really wanted to be on the show. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Well, that's the good thing, though. My son and I, my son has interned with me, Cooper, and he's planning on getting an accounting degree, becoming a CPA after he retires from the MLB, of course. But anyways, we do a series on our YouTube channel. You might consider that with the kiddos because you hear their perspective. It's kind of a cute way to get information out there. But Ernesto, the first thing I want you to know is that PPP, as it stands right now, ends March 31st. They may extend it. I expect them to extend it, but you don't want to wait. It's actually very easy to apply. If your amount is under $150,000, are you ready for this? You don't provide any documentation when you apply. Now, you need to make sure you qualify in the sense of meeting the qualifications, obviously. But since you didn't get it before, you qualify for Draw 1, which means you don't have to show that you had a reduction in gross receipts. Basically, you need to indicate that you are being affected by this pandemic financially. So you're going in, and if you're a Schedule C filer, you go to Schedule C, you answer a few of the questions that come off of, and then here's
real quick, do you know if you're a Schedule C filer or not? He may not even know what Schedule C is.
To be honest with you, I don't. I'd have to call my accountant.
You probably are.
So a Schedule C filer, just know this, you don't file a separate return for your business. So if you file a separate return for your business, then you're filing under that business information. But when you're looking at the PPP, for a Schedule C filer now, it's based on your gross income, which is line 7. This is a beautiful thing. It's way larger, obviously, than before, because before it was based on the net. And so in some ways, Ernesto, you waiting until now, even though inadvertently it's going to put you in a much better position. I wouldn't wait. The other aspect is apply.
No, meaning by wait, he really only has now 11 days because he procrastinated to this far.
Right, and many, you don't need to probably even call your bank. Many have a portal online. Go to the website, fill out the information. They run it through the SBA. And then here's the thing that's unbelievable about it, okay? First of all, it's here to give a hand up to businesses. But are you ready for this? You don't pay it back, okay? You obviously have to use it correctly, but that's easy to do. You either pay your employees, or if you're self-employed, it's just an automatic forgiveness. And are you ready for this? The money that you use from this tax-free money that you don't have to pay back, you actually get to tax deduct it. In this ERTC seminar that I did, I did this inverted benefit. So if somebody were just to get $10,000 of PPP, now depending on their tax rate, but if they were at the 37% tax rate, it's actually worth $13,700 to them, because not only did they get $10,000 tax-free, it doesn't reduce deductions, you don't pay it back. Here you go, here's $10,000. The business expenses that is spent on then yields a tax benefit, meaning it reduces down your taxes. So, Ernesto, it is very easy. I mean, you don't even have to call your accountant. If you just have a copy of your 2019 return, which you should have by now, of course, you're just taking that information and you're filling it out. I promise you, couldn't be more than 5 or 10 minutes. So check it out, and then if your bank has issues, they will follow up. So I want to give a quick shout out, if you don't mind, to Carrie and Jacob and Laura. These are great fans of JJ the CPA, and thank you for jumping over here. Everybody, be sure to subscribe. I see that we've got 27 now on 6 thumbs up, so also thumbs up on this. And Josh has, I think, single-handedly in the beginning really helped promote my channel, so help me promote his channel as well. And we've got Greg on with Roll Tide out of Alabama, as well as Jill. So thanks for being on.
I love Alabama football. I love Alabama football. You know, they're excellent. You know, people love to hate them, but Nick Saban, those teams are well played. Well, we got Mole Own, who says, what if you didn't do your 2019 return? But first, on the YouTube channel, I just found this out. Hour per hour, we get more listeners than just about any financial radio show that I'm aware of in the greatest city in the world, pretty much. I just found out per hour we get more listeners than Dave Ramsey. I was
awesome. Well,
I was shocked by that. So he does a great job telling people to get out of debt. But we're like financial planning 2.0. So Josh just became my favorite CPA. Well, wait, no, I'm not a CPA. Jalinski, that is. And then
Greg.
Yeah, Greg is great. So we love Greg. So what about if you didn't file for 2019? A lot of people still did not file for 2019. What do they do? My recommendation to those people is fire your accountant or fire an accountant or go hire an accountant who will sit with you this week. You could pay him $500, pay him $1,000. Just get the taxes done, because a lot of these benefits are contingent upon getting your taxes done. But you're the expert on it, so I want to throw it to you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yes, your accountant should have been pushing you, but of course it is your responsibility as the taxpayer, which is just more of a push on those that didn't file, get her done.
There you go, JJ, defending the accountants again.
That's right. But with the PPP, there's not a requirement that you have filed your return. It is a requirement, though, that whatever you're going to base your numbers on, it's what you have or will file with the IRS. So if you don't ever file, then you're going to have a little whooping coming. So you need to file. There really, at this point, couldn't be a reason that you haven't. You got your numbers, pull it together. But here's the deal. You can base it on your 2020 as well. But know this. When you're going to apply for the PPP, you do have to indicate that you feel as though you have some financial uncertainty. So we do have a question here from Brother Ted here on your channel. And
Brother Ted.
To know, to be eligible for PPP, you simply need to have a better 19 than 20. None of that comes into play as it relates to first draw. When you're looking at first draw, you don't have any comparison to any other year. When you're doing the second draw, which means that you already got PPP previously, so when you do the second draw, then it does require a comparison of 2020 to 2019, and you do have to have your gross receipts down by 25% in any given quarter. And so at the end of the day, you want to go and check out the PPP if you've never got it before. Farmers, for any farmers listening in, you're able to go and reapply even if you got first draw in 2020 and reapply now based on your gross versus your net. There are many farmers that didn't even get PPP because they show a loss, and before PPP was based on your net. Now for Schedule C, Schedule F filers, it is based on your gross income, not gross receipts, but gross income. And then for S Corps and partnerships and C Corps, it's based on the wages that you pay. For partners, it's based on your self-employed income. You know, many think that the accountant is their source, but there are a lot of accountants out there that really saw it outside their purview. Technically, it doesn't have anything to do with tax. It does include information from a tax return. And so if you're not getting the answers from your accountant, I don't know that you fire them if they're doing you a good job for tax. But at the same time,
thank you for that, JJ. Thank you
Yeah.
for that clarification. Yeah. I was having fun.
Yeah, and
sorry, accountants.
No. I didn't.
Sorry, accountants.
I didn't even say.
No. The other thing too is accountants were really not given the appropriate tools. Financial advisors were not given the tools. That's when I found JJ. And we started doing shows like every week in March and April, and all of a sudden he hit it big time. And so I am Iron Man. He is Captain America, I guess. But Iron Man dies, doesn't he? So I'm gonna.
He doesn't die. He's gonna come back.
He's gonna come back. He's eternal. I have eternal life. Okay. So next up, we're going to go to our break, and then we'll be back with your questions. If you have a question on the YouTube channel, just hit it into the chat, and we will answer any financial or tax question you have. And hit the subscribe button. Let's go into the thousands of subscribers, as this is our second ever YouTube show with JJ the CPA. So folks, do me a favor. Go to YouTube, search for Jalinski, Jalinski, or Financial Quarterback, and hit the subscribe button. And every week we post videos. So give us a call, 888-988-JOSH, for the special today, which is a 27 free Ultimate Financial Game Plan. We will show you 11 strategies how you may be able to reduce taxes in your retirement plans, but you got to call us for the free webinar, 888-988-JOSH, 888-988-5674. We'll be back after these messages.
The preceding program was sponsored by the Jalinski Advisory Group. Any awards, rankings, or recognition by unaffiliated third parties or publications, including 5-Star Wealth Manager, Advisory of the Year finalist by Senior Market Advisor, and top of the $1 Million Roundtable, are in no way indicative of the advisor's future performance or any individual client's investment success. No award, ranking, or recognition should be construed as a current or past endorsement of Josh Jalinski or Wealth Quarterback LLC. Information regarding specific awards, rankings, or recognitions is available on the Wealth Quarterback website at www.jalinski.org. All investment strategies have the potential for profit or loss. Investment strategies such as asset allocation, diversification, or rebalancing do not assure or guarantee better performance and cannot eliminate the risk of investment losses. There are no guarantees that a portfolio employing these or any other strategy will outperform a portfolio that does not engage in such strategies. This broadcast should not be construed by any client or prospective client as a solicitation to effect or attempt to affect transactions in securities or the rendering of personalized investment advice. Due to various factors, including changing market conditions, the information discussed in this broadcast may no longer be reflective of current positions or recommendations. While information presented is believed to be factual and up to date, Josh Jalinski and Wealth Quarterback do not guarantee its accuracy, and it should not be regarded as a complete analysis of the subjects discussed. The tax and estate planning information discussed is general in nature, is provided for informational purposes only, and should not be construed as legal or tax advice. Listeners should consult an attorney or tax professional regarding their specific legal or tax situation. Advisory services offered through Wealth Quarterback LLC.